to season 2 of Mindful Musings. I'm here with my co-host Linda Brooke. My name is Barbara Mackenzie, and we're really grateful that you're here. Thanks for hanging in with us and giving us all your great feedback. And we hope that you're well and everything in your circles are healthy and calm. But we're all dealing in this global pandemic on an individual level. Changes are happening every minute, it seems. The world appears to be upside down most of the time right now. So in many ways, it can be really difficult to find stable ground. And so when Linda and I come together, we do these inspirational source reviews, and it helps to change our perspective on what's happening. It helps us to shift the energy that's going on within us about what's happening in the world. So what have you got for us today, Linda?
Today I have the Pocket Pema Chödrön from Shambhala Pocket Classics. And the reading, I thought this is very appropriate, is right here is a good place to start. So wherever we are.
Is that the title?
That's the title of the reading number 4 on page 7. On page 7. So right here is a good place to start. Start where you are. This is very important. Meditation practice is not about later when you get it all together and you're this person you really respect. You may be the most violent person in the world. That's a fine place to start. That's a very rich place to start. Juicy, smelly. You might be the most depressed person in the world, the most addicted person in the world, the most jealous person in the world. You might think that there are no others on the planet who hate themselves as much as you do. All of that is a good place to start. Just where you are, that's the place to start. Yeah, and so just quickly, how that speaks to me in terms of where we are right now is, it's the start of season 2. We're just opening up again our Mindful Musing podcasts after taking the summer and practicing a pace of grace. And that, the world right now out there, you just said earlier that out there it's kind of chaotic and upside down in a lot of ways. So, maybe we're not hating ourselves so much because we're so distracted by what's happening out there, and so we're focused on that and the fear, as you said, and the overwhelmed feelings that can happen. But that's okay. That's right where we are, where we're at. And that's where we start to become more mindful, and how the Mindful Musings is a tool that we're offering and we're hoping will be helpful to people in helping navigate our way individually so that we can come together and be more effective in community in moving forward together. Really,
you have such a beautiful way of community development, just it's so inclusive, and you're always thinking about unity and bringing people together. And I really see that in your work and in your own personal individual work. You're humble enough to recognize that we all work. We all have work to do. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. And what about you? You kind of looked like you thought this was relevant. So how did it?
Yeah, well, I love the invitation that no matter where you are in life, no matter where you are in the social structure, no matter where you are in uh, the universe, that it's okay to start now. And I don't know that we've ever been invited to that before. So when I was listening to you reading it, I was thinking, wow, this is beautiful. It is what the world really needs to hear, is that invitation that, you know, there are circles of people that are here to support the process, who really understand that it's difficult to step from chaos to harmony. It's a process. And there are people in the world committed to supporting the process for other people. And I love that. I love the invitation to humanity for the people who can hear the message. Yes. That no matter where they are today, you can start. And the first step is finding a circle of people who care enough to walk with you as you journey through to change on an individual level. Because, you know, change starts from within us. You know, let peace begin with me is a beautiful song that, you know, the lyrics are just amazing. Yeah, so I really appreciate today's reading in particular, because it's a call to all of us, everyone, the addicted, the harmed, the marginalized. We all deserve to be equal, and enough is enough. So that's what I heard too. And that's what I hear in the Black Lives Matter. And that's what I'm, you know, coming to right in this very second, that it's just so important to work on ourselves on an individual level, so that the whole world knows, or those who are looking, those who are hearing, know where to find their circle of care. Yeah, so that's me.
So I hear that incredible acceptance that wherever you are is where you are, and that's no excuse to not start, and that there's an equality in that we're all equally capable. We're holding everyone equally capable, seeing everyone equally able to start and to come together from that place, that there are circles for everyone, if we take the steps to find them, and that there are lots of people out there committed to the process of being able to come together within self and then with others. And something that I picked up on as you were sharing is that what they refer to in this, a lot of it is behavior, you know, but it's the feelings, right? Why are people violent? That's behavior. But what's behind that behavior? And so, you know, addiction, what's behind the behavior of addictions? So it's, you know, we hate ourselves, we hate each other because of behaviors. But what's behind those behaviors? And it's feelings that we all have that are all generated by different experiences and different sources for each of us.
And some are true and some are not.
And so let's get behind that, and let's go deeper so that we get to the place where we can really hear each other. And I think that that's something that is really, really important, is learning how to hear each other and learning who to listen to. You know, there's voices out there right now that have the ears of many people. What kind of voices are they? Are they voices that are locked in anger and hate and shaming and blaming? Or are they voices of moderation and reason and helping people come together so that we can understand and hear each other rather than separating us and dividing us? So, yeah. And we all have that choice who we're going to listen to.
Yeah, it's true. I hear a lot of responsibility in that, individual responsibility. And I think that's an important key to recognize too, that, you know, you can't sit on your couch and blame the government if you're not voting. If, like, it's this whole blame game is just, anyway, I don't want to get into that. Yeah. That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
We'll have to go on the Joe Rogan show for that one.
But then we get caught up in that same thing about shaming and blaming them for doing it the way they're doing it, instead of like, well, where's that coming from?
I know.
Yeah. And it's so easy to get caught up in it, right? Yeah.
Well, because it's the culture.
Well, it's the culture, and it's also, there's something in all of us where we like to kind of tangle once in a while. It's like
we've been taught that is what we're supposed to do. It's conditioning.
And it throws us back to earlier ages and stages of our development, I think. You know, it's like when we're really, really young, you watch toddlers, right? And they love to just throw down and roll around on the floor and wrestle with each other. And we don't grow out of that till we're probably about 8 or 9 or 10. And even that, some of us never grow out of that. You know, worldwide wrestling and stuff. Some of us just...
that's big.
Well, I know, but even sports and whatever, some people love to be physical for forever. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just how do we exercise that? Some of us, like myself, we kind of step back from the physical, and we might become armchair enjoying it as spectator sports, right? Some of us really love watching it, but we get more verbal about our team and support because we've got that energy inside, but it's finding healthy ways to express it. It's in all of us.
You know, we've not been taught how to listen. We've been taught how to argue and fight. We've been taught how to defend. We've been taught how to, you know, we've not really been taught how to support. And listening is a big part of support. And I found this meme that I altered. It says, if every time I tell you that I'm in pain, you tell me it's not that bad, you're not fixing my pain. You're just telling me I really shouldn't talk to you about it.
So how that teaches us not to allow ourselves to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
That we've got to shove it all down and shove it all down. And so we don't even know why we're reacting the way we are, because we've locked it all in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff.
And you know, it wasn't part of the recording, but Linda gave me an acknowledgement before we started for helping create a safe environment for her to feel free to call me with something that she, with time, it was around time. And it's the same kind of thing. It's like, how do we create caring, comfortable community in a chaotic, toxic culture, because we have to build the bridge that brings equilibrium. Because right now we have two sides, and it's becoming clearer and clearer and clearer that we've got two sides, and there doesn't really seem to be a middle ground these days. And anybody who's in the middle ground, I'm going to be really bold and say that they need to really consider if that comfort is denial. And because right now everybody should be enraged. You're either on the side of what's going on, or you're on the side, or you want to make change. But to sit on the sidelines and allow it all just to go down is not it. I'm just calling everyone to action. And the best way, just art, even just art, do art, just express somehow.
Oh, well, I hear your passion, and I hear your commitment to recognizing the need, and providing a service, the commitment to serve humanity by providing spaces and places and ways for people to look at what's happening. Yes, it's happening out there globally, externally, the chaos, the external chaos, and take responsibility for the internal chaos that creates, and how to let it begin with me, let peace begin with me. And that means the internal, so that we have the strength and the ability to bring that back out into our external environment. And that's a process that we can work on together. And yeah, there's all sorts of wonderful workshops, webinars, and one-on-ones, ways to do that. And that we are going to be working together with people, and we invite people to join us. And so how do they do that?
Yeah, we have a registration right at the very bottom of the homepage when you go to synergyeterra.ca. So that's SYNERGYETC.ca. Synergyeterra.ca. So you scroll right down to the bottom of that homepage and fill out the form. And that brings you into our email system, and you'll stay tuned to everything that we're offering. We don't send out a lot of emails, one a month maybe. But also you can go to the YouTube channel, and we'll put the link below. And don't forget to hit subscribe and the little bell, which lets you know every time we post something. And if you want to go with audio, you can go to anchor.fm/Barbara-Lynda, Lynda.
So we look forward to being with you and having a great season. Yes.
Yeah. So keep your comments coming in. We'd love to hear from you.
Welcome to the fall of 2020. Oh, that sounds ominous. The autumn of, welcome to the autumn of 2020.
Yeah, I never heard it till after you said that.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, no, let's reframe that right now.
Thank you, Linda.
All right.
Be well.
You as well. Be well, everyone.
Take care. Bye.